Oh, it's a big deal when one of your drivers decides to do their own thing. So I called him out on it at the next team meeting.
Oh, but that went well.
And what was Devon's reaction?
Well, he denied the whole thing.
Yeah.
Blamed it on a comms fail.
There is
Which
a reason for that.
I thought was strange. The same thing happened the year before when I was principal, and he gave the exact same excuse.
Right? Doesn't really look good, does it? That is fair. I mean, we already know that Devon's got underlying issues that he hasn't told anyone about. But he's finding it difficult to admit it himself at the moment, and that's what's going on here.
Yeah?
You wanted to see me?
So is the main colour
There it is.
purple or yellow for Connosport, by the way?
You're a difficult man to pin down. Right, I'll cut right to the chase, Devon. Tell me what's happening.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's not just disregarding team orders. Paddock talks. People are saying you've been distracted, that you're ignoring them completely. Now, my job is to make sure the team works smoothly, like clockwork, so I'm just trying to work out what's going on.
I told you, check the comms.
Yeah, the comms are fine, Devon. We checked.
No.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Just cut that out. Show me some respect now.
Okay. I heard the order. All right? You happy?
Why ignore it?
I'm feeling it, Cass. The pressure. Paddock gossip these last couple of months.
Oh, come on. You're Devon Butler. You are the Paddock gossip.
But he's also a human, Cass.
You've heard what they're saying, right? You've seen what they're writing. Driving on Daddy's money. It's making me second guess myself.
Okay. We can work through that. Start changing the team narrative.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, I'd like you to see someone from the medical team. Just to be sure. I've booked you in for this afternoon.
It's almost like he knows.
Look, I've got a race to prep for, okay? I need my head in the game. I'm fine.
I get that. That's fine. But I want you to see them straight after the race. Understood?
Yeah. Fine.
So he kind of has an inkling that something's wrong. They're really trying to humanize Devon at this point, which is understandable given what he's going through. The Sanchez event at the Australian Grand Prix, in which Bottas seemed to be openly ignore a team order itself, is a stark reflection of an incident last season. One could only wonder if Connosport's overreaching problem is one too many Butlers. The Schumachers, Verstappens and Rosbergs. Formula is filled with father and son dynamics, but with Butler Sr. as their primary investor and Butler Jr. driving for the team, it's easy to imagine a rather unique situation at Connosport in which Devon is perhaps giving certain concessions from the top regarding his on-track actions. One would trust that Casper would be the balancing force here, but with a father and son duo driving the very fortunes of a team, it's debatable how far his hands may be tied, yeah. It's not something that I went out of my way to broadcast, but I was still living with my mum when I move to F1 in Jackson last. These humble beginnings are definitely something that Jackson seems to have left in the past as we sit chatting on the roof terrace of his spacious London twin house. There's one thing that F1 has given me, is a bit of financial freedom. I got to pay off my mom's house and buy one of my own. When he asked why he chose London as his base, his answer was, England will always be my home, even if I do spend most of the year away from it, because I've always thought London is the best city in the world. I wouldn't have thought he was a Londoner. In the case of deja vu, when we saw it in Hungary last season, we've seen it again in Australia. If the last time was the same as this time, for whatever reason, Butler doesn't follow a team order, as the team's response is identical too. Connosport clearly didn't know what was going on with the cars. If that is indeed the case, then it's the case of gross incompetence on behalf of a team who need to be competing at the highest level possible. If it's not true, then Connosport aren't being straight with us, and that's almost disconcerting. Discussing Imola to give it its full name, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So I'll just stick to the San Marino Grand Prix, that's okay with everybody. It's also known that it bears the name of legendary Enzo Ferrari and his son Dino. Enzo was the founder of Ferrari himself, a former racing driver who was known by many names through the years. Comandante, the Commander, or later in his life, Il Grande Vecchio. The great old man. It isn't far from Maranello, the main Ferrari factory, so whereas legendary cars through the years have been given life by the prancing horse. And so this weekend, it's not just Formula 1 that made these Italian fans come to celebrate with Ferrari, which is very true. Remember, Butler, driving on a team funded by his dad, managed a retired racing legend he never got on with a teammate who was once his sworn rival. Say what you want about Butler, he's anything but dull, right? And we'll be watching Imola hiding behind a sofa. There's a sense of Butler is just the same driver he once was. So some people are actually, since we don't move for a while, off the pace, we're watching, yeah, some people are actually starting to notice. Let's pay his mom's mortgage, made it to F1, always thought he was a good guy. See? Who wouldn't do that with the money he was making? Well, yeah, but it's still nice to do. I would. Devin Butler probably. He's in the race where Devin does whatever he wants. Raining clouds this morning. That's funny considering the actual Grand Prix was cancelled due to rain. Joe Connor's been on the paddock this morning, being a smile on his face. It's really not because of the Consport in the standings. Started well. Indeed, it's great to see. All Ferrari front row this weekend. Good luck with that one. Butler's behaviour in Melbourne, but it does put extra pressure on his teammate to perform in case Butler's antics backfire again. We know that there's a lot of focus in the press right now after Melbourne. We're working to stem the tide, but we thought maybe we could arrange an interview for you. You have a knack of spinning stories. We could use that to our advantage. Wow. Deal with things on your own terms, mate. Aww. Just a quick email confirming your medical checkup at Casper's request. If you could head over after the race, we'll be ready for you. Something's going to come to a head here, I reckon. Yeah, something's going to come to a head, I think. Okay. I mean that too. Yeah.
Devin, is everything alright?
Fine. Fine. Just leave me to it, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, good. That's a real screen freeze. Nice. That's the biggest screen freeze so far. So maybe it's a screen freezing issue. Other F1 games have had that problem. I thought it was going to crash. Alonso down in 18th. He's having a mare. Having an absolute mare, dude.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds.
And then there's another one where I've historically struggled in later games, for sure. mean, 2021 in Jackson's story, I was lapped. I mean, yeah, I was in the house, but still. Sargent is doing Piastri an absolute
Gap to your teammate ahead is
bother.
13.7 seconds.
Why am I not beating these guys down the straight? Oh my god. Froze again, dude. I think this is a game problem. The handling in this car is just so bad, dude. Why did they fix the handling but then not apply it to the My Team car? There's no fucking sense. You know it's the My Team car. You know it is. Pass Sergeant, please. Piastri doing?
Piastri has just set the fastest lap of the race.
Piastri is doing a huge job out there. It's almost like Breaking Point 2 is like all my weakest fucking tracks this time around. Apart from Bahrain.
Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind. 1.5 seconds.
Once again, the engineer relaying useless information, as I can see it. Again, it's like, with all the speech, just turn it off. Because the engineer just relays useless information that you already know about. And the commentary is just either bugged or not interesting. I don't know how long this race is going to go for. It's probably not going to last the whole way. Oh, now I'm faster than a driver on hard tyres. Figures. I mean, yeah, it's a harsh, but still. Very inconsistent. I can't catch Piastri on the ride. I mean, I think I'm supposed to be behind him. I think that might be scripted. Because of whatever's going to happen. I think Butler's probably going to bin it. Wrong with this game. Once again, it's kind of like botched in the launch window. I probably should have waited until maybe the first patch, because like even in the video I did before, like the AI I noticed were like uncharacteristically quick, as they always are when the game comes out. God, give me some space, Bottas. Good fucking lord, mate. Fucking DRS. Look, I'm barely closing on the DRS, dude. Here we go. We noticed that almost every race has Qatar Airways kind of billboards and stuff.
Devon Butler now. Oh, that's not good.
Oh my god, I think his hearing completely
Just
went.
misjudges it and clips the curb. What a mess.
Devon Butler, with that move, is out of the race. He won't want to see that too many times. We want to see him out of the car, though. That's good news.
Big relief there, although he does still look a bit unsteady on his feet, Crofty.
Well, thumbs up to the crowd, but I'd imagine after that, he'll be quite shaken.
I think his hearing went completely. He's definitely... Yeah, he's definitely got something wrong. Big fan of his helmet. Tom Letty was too.
Hey.
So it was Devon who threw things around in his in the trailer. I thought it was Hayden. I'll tell you something. This is not going the way I expected.
I'm done, Casper.
Oh God,
I'm done.
he's done? Really?
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my God, it really is bad.
It was his hearing. He'd
Yeah,
been keeping it from us.
yeah,
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, he was at the height of his career. Yeah. What can you say?
Damn.
Feel.
I was devastated. But 5 years in F1. Can't argue with that. I mean, most people never even get the chance, though. And I was still one of the best while I was out there.
Hmm.
You ask anyone.
If that was the case, mate, you would have learned a lot more than you did.
How did I feel?
I don't think Aiden would have wanted him to leave like that. So he's actually finished. Wow. Chapter 10, with Devon's sudden retirement, the team at Connosport are forced to scramble in an attempt to find a driver who can replace his performance on the track. So this is where Meyer comes in.
But if we are going to hit our targets, we need another driver. A permanent one. And fast.
But we are mid-season. It's impossible.
Is it?
So, given the circumstances, do you think you can grant us a bit of leeway on the contract?
I have the projections. If Connosport doesn't reach 5th place in the Constructors this season, the returns simply aren't worth my time. That was always the deal. And it still is.
But with a little extra time, perhaps we...
Stop!
The deal stands. And without Devon driving, there's now little of interest for me beyond the contract. It's just business.
There must be something we can do.
So, legacy is obviously important to you, Davidoff. As a father, I totally get that. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter? Why don't we give the seat to Callie?
No. California will not be signed to Connosport.
She's called
Why
California.
not?
I didn't twig.
Just think of the commercial opportunities for the team that signs her. Forget legacy. Oh, you'd be making history.
And you'll be giving a phenomenal talent her first break into F1. It's the right thing to do. You know she deserves it.
The daughter who took her mother's name to spite me.
Aha.
Nah, she'll never say yes.
Why don't you leave that to me?
Got a point. Ah.
Contract still stands, Ackerman. 5th place, or I'm out next season.
One problem at a time, eh?
It's always like 4th or 5th in these stories. It was 4th last year, it's 5th this year. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So, obviously,
Andrea?
Have you spoken to her yet?
Yes, we've spoken.
And what did you say?
She'll be around this weekend. She agreed to come and see me.
You mean you haven't asked her
I
yet?
think she knows what's
Of
up.
course not. It's a delicate situation. I'm sure she has an idea, but... look, it's not just something you casually ask over the phone, is it?
Why not?
Come on. This is potentially life-changing for her.
Right?
And the whole family situation needs to be handled with a little, care and respect.
He knows. He's a dad.
Well, you're the one that knows her. Just make sure she says yes and fast. I'm finding it difficult to keep fielding questions about the future of Conesport.
Yeah, I read part of that interview. Could almost feel you squirm.
That bad, huh?
Worse. Look, I'll call you as soon as I know.
Nah. Leading to a strange speculation about Devin Butler's future on the team. Consport began to release an official statement about precisely what happened, but Butler has not been seen since, leaving Consport reserve Noah Bell set to start his second Grand Prix in Barcelona this weekend. He's probably going to be at the back. He's going to be like cannon fodder, poor guy. Paddock gossip is rife with reasons of Butler's absence. Some say he quit in frustration. Some say the infighting with his father became too much to bear, and others have perhaps more realistically speculated on the potential medical condition. Whatever the cause, we're sure to find out the truth before long and hope the indomitable Devin Butler is back driving seat soon. He tries to interview the owner of Consport with the team. Devin remains on the team. He is seeking treatment for medical issues that we're not at the liberty to disclose. So it turns out it was a medical issue for Devin, although this is the first time we've heard from anyone from Consport to confirm it, then we want to know more. As to Devin, we decide to discuss if he wants to, even if he wants to. In the meantime, we have backup plans in place to support Devin completely. Beyond that, our priority remains fulfilling obligations of our sponsors to do our plans and living it. So for anyone who's new to F1, it's worth having a brief cheat sheet on the rules about mid-season driver swaps. Mainly that there are none. Unlike in other sports, there is nothing forcing a team to stick with a driver pairing. The list of swaps is endless, but notable examples began with a team currently on the grid in the 2000s and 2010s, as Red Bull made quite the name for themselves when it came to swapping drivers mid-season. The good team Clean shared a second seat, Kvyat for Verstappen, a decision that looks possibly prophetic with hindsight, and Gasly out with Albon in. Renault also made the most of a mid-season gamble, bringing a young Carlos Sainz in place of the outgoing Jolyon Palmer, who is spelt wrong, I think. I don't think there's an E in there, but I could be wrong. Again, looking where Sainz is now, I think he's done alright for it. And also Schumacher being and Sala replacing two drivers in 2099 when he replaced Zonta and Schumacher, both for injuries sustained in the car. Bob Evans, I know I don't. Oh, Aiden, we're thinking of you, Devin. Rest up and be well. Oh. Consport have Noah Bell for a second consecutive race. I can't imagine they'll be happy with that, but what choice do they have? A mid-season signing approaching. Well, being with Butler is like super weird. Zero word from the team expect to acknowledge that something's going on. Like, it's clear he wasn't hurt, but what gives? Medical problems is that simple. Some stuff's private, you know. He doesn't have to lay it out in public just to keep you happy, right? David Butler avoiding publicity, didn't have that on my list of predictions for 23. And I was just super superstitious about health and stuff. It's really a big deal for some of them. It's definitely something legit. Don't know what it is. You know, talking about it. Consport is inevitable. Jackson's got to carry on his team now. Bell can't be expected to come in and perform at the same level. Cass, I'm already finished here. Oh, it's Callie. I'm already here. Landed in Spain last night. Just arrived at the track. A few bits to finish up first, and I'll head straight over. Looking forward to seeing you and catching up. I've got so much to tell you. Also intrigued at why you couldn't talk on the phone earlier. Said you needed to see me. You better not be up to something. Come on, Callie. Your brother is out, and yeah, come on. You're smarter than that, surely. If I was to trackside chats interview I did, it'd be great if we keep on top of everything Devon is related, even the smallest contradiction could lead to speculation we don't need. He's not getting the same messaging we discussed. Devon's got a medical condition, it's up to him if he wants to talk about it. So I'll only talk replacement for a week if we can. Fair enough. Zoe, Callie called and said, yes, she does suspect what you're going to offer her the seat. Of course she does. I said I couldn't possibly comment, which I guess is as good as confirming it. She's going to find out after the race anyway, right? It's wonderful you're offering her the seat, and it's good for the sport. So, yeah, Callie probably... Oh, she does already know. I mean, yeah, it's kind of convenient, isn't it?